Hello, people who cannot sit at home. Thank you so much for being here. So this is part 2 of the 25 free destinations in Ontario. I have posted the first part about a month ago. It's doing so well. Thank you so much for watching it. There's so much watch time on that. I think of course, the number one and this one, they both equally just as good. They have different things. And I have also tried my hardest to have both of these videos slightly different than what's in the book. And the book is actually the reason why I'm doing these two videos, because this is essentially the inspiration behind this video. So I have released this book about a month ago. This is free or almost free, Ontario Destinations. So this is on Amazon, and there's also a digital copy. Both of the links are going to be down below. Hope you enjoyed this. Let's go. Okay, so we are starting with the center, which essentially means kind of like central Toronto area. And the first thing that I want to suggest is Tommy Thompson. Absolutely love this park. I think it's pretty much the last park, kind of like closest to Toronto area, that's fairly untouched. There are no stores or anything like that. There are no food stands, nothing at all. All you get is nature. It is weird nature. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. Basically, this is a man-made island, and it actually is essentially built out of old buildings, and you have the rebar, you have rocks, you have a lot of bricks. It's just so much. But on the other hand, it also has a lot of like bird sanctuary. There's tons of hiking. You can bring your own bicycle, or you can rent a bicycle in the area and enjoy it that way. I absolutely love going there and finding really cute sea glass. And of course, totally free. There is a parking by the marina, and there's also parking by the entrance, but I would suggest parking by the marina because it's closer to the park. The second cool free destination is the Music Garden. It is beautiful throughout all of the warmer months. It actually is beautiful in the winter. It's just not a lot of garden stuff is happening, of course. But over here in the spring, lots of lilacs, this beautiful, beautiful area. I'm gonna call it amphitheater. I'm sure there's a better name for it. And then you go down, and there's again a bunch of benches, I guess. You can sit here. There's sometimes musicians, I think at certain times during the summer. If you look up Music Garden schedules, there's usually musicians. I've had so much fun just listening to some amazing performers. And over here, my attention got this golden retriever doggy. She is, later on I came over to kind of pet. She was just like laying down and just doing this so that she would get pets. Her name was, if I remember correctly, Sophie. Let me know if she appears there often, because she was so adorable. And another element that you need to check out while in Music Garden is this tribute to Terry Fox. The silhouette, that very famous silhouette of Terry Fox's run, is composed out of these 3 pillars. I love that there's a CN Tower in the background. Absolutely gorgeous. And at the end of that little path, you see the actual sculpture of Terry Fox. Great way to commemorate him. The third really cool place, totally for free, is High Park Zoo. Now, this is winter time, but it's open pretty much all the time, of course in the summer as well. And in fact, in the summer you get more animals. So first we saw the beautiful, beautiful peacock. Then there were a bunch of goats. I'm probably not gonna name them the correct way. I didn't film the correct naming of the animals, but over here is the buffalo. And what's funny is that when I was filming, I only saw the one in the back, and in front of me there was a whole buffalo. But because he was not moving, I thought it was a rock. I surprised myself there, basically. Over here is a Highlander cow. I think there were about 3 in the same kind of area. This was after Christmas, so I think this was a girl and she was enjoying the Christmas tree. Notice how their horns are slightly different. The white one had different horns, this one also. And here's an emu. I love the color of the eyes, beautiful. This is definitely a perfect place to go on a date or take your kid for a little stroll walk. The parking is a bit of a challenge. What we did is we parked actually on the lakeshore and we walked. The wintertime it was free. In the summertime it will be paid. But I don't think there's anywhere in the park that you can park. I think there were like 2 spots and they were taken up. also there was a whole kind of pasture of llamas and alpacas. And you can also have like a bench over here, you can sit down and just enjoy. Definitely very cool way to spend the day. High Park obviously has tons more. You can go hiking. In the springtime there's cherry blossoms, and they also have a cafe. Very great place to check out for free. Graffiti Alley I absolutely love. Anytime I'm there, there's something new because of course, you know, people graffiti more stuff in there. I love specifically finding all of the raccoons that I can find. Also love the donut theme. Just a really great place, totally for free, so much fun, and it's fairly big too. It will take you about 40 minutes to walk everything. St. Lawrence Market, definitely a highlight. I guess this is not, I mean, it's free to enter, but it's not theoretically free because you will want to buy everything here. So Stacked Deli Kitchen, highly recommended for the whole, like that Montreal smoked meat sandwich. It's over $10, slightly over $10, but so good. Please try it if you have the budget. And over here is oysters. You can, as I understand, get a bunch of oysters and they crack it for you and you get to eat them right there. Bastard Sea Cove, one of my favorite places. I actually used to do lunch here when I was working in the area. So over here is the lobster roll and sweet potatoes. Both so good. It's done so well. These guys are amazing. And this is mahi-mahi. It's a very specific fish. If you're not into mahi-mahi, you shouldn't try it. It has a bit of a bitterness to it. I adored it. The way they grill it, chef's kiss. The rest of the place just has so many things. There's bakeries, there's olives, there's cheeses. I personally love just walking around it and seeing all of the things that they have. You can definitely get like a fruit salad for $5.99 over there if you're on a budget, or you don't even have to get anything, just enjoy the ambience. Next, let's start heading east. So the first place I want to show you is Primitive Designs. I have posted about this before, absolutely adore them. What they have is it's a shop. It's essentially a marketplace with the most unique kind of home decor things, but outside they also have these sculptures. I also think they're for sale. Don't quote me on that, but maybe some of them are for sure. So they're made out of car parts, so cool. And by the way, I forgot to mention, this is located in Port Hope. Now another place this is actually in Oshawa, so a bit earlier than Port Hope, sorry for the order, but this is the Parkwood Estate, absolutely beautiful. The grounds are free to enter, and it's this beautiful fountain with an insane amount of flowers. Everything is so beautifully done. If you notice over there in the back, there's a coffee shop. You do need to pre-book to eat there. To go inside, you do need to pay, and you also need to pre-book. There are different tours, and the tours are very interesting. By the way, this place is also beautiful. For example, over here in the early spring, they had a lot of tulips, and this is how it looks also off season. Maybe not as pretty as in the summertime, but I still find beauty in it, and definitely worth to check out any time of the year. So this is Good Baker YPQ, and this is in Peterborough. This is Peterborough Airport. I wouldn't call it only a bakery. This is mainly a restaurant, though they do make an amazing blueberry pie. You have to try it. It kind of doesn't look appetizing, but it was so good. And you get to sit there and you get to watch all of these planes take off and land. I understand this is not free, so I will show you what is free over here. I just wanted to show you the actual bakery slash restaurant, because definitely getting a cup of coffee is not gonna set you back too much, but also they have amazing Reuben sandwich. This was, I think the pie was around $6 or $7, and the sandwich was about, I want to say 15-ish, but it was so good, and it was enough for the two of us. So in terms of what's free, you don't actually need to go into the restaurant at all. What you can do is you can parking is free, and you can just go slightly to the left of the airport, of the Peterborough Airport. And over here you have the Muskoka chairs and benches, and you can just watch planes take off and land completely for free. Don't need to do anything, don't need to pay for anything. This is located pretty much almost in Peterborough. I would say this is about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours with traffic from Toronto. Another amazing place when heading east is Peterborough Lift Lock. So this is located in Peterborough, again about roughly I would say 2 hours give or take from Toronto. So this is on Trent Severn, and it's definitely one of the last locks of its kind. I don't know if it's the very last. I think there's somewhere else in the world that has a similar one, but essentially there are two sides, and once one fills up with water, the other one goes up, and that's how they get the boats across, and there's a channel on the other side. Fascinating to watch. Also, there's a path into the actual lock. You also need to go there and check it out. Totally free, so much fun. And by the way, there's also kind of like a cruise ship boat that takes you on this lift lock, and you get to experience it. I'm going to link it down below. Nostalgic journey is in Peterborough. I am realizing that there's a lot of Peterborough on here, but I love Peterborough. So it's one of my favorite antique places. It's beautiful. So it has different vendors, of course, as many antique places do, but these vendors are very like theatrical almost. There's like a totem pole. I don't know, there's just more unique things here than per se the typical antique store. I try to go here at least once every half a year, and usually stuff is different. I love there's like a whole section of dried flowers. So basically, I don't know if I should call it antique. I mean, it is antique, but like some elements of it are not antique. They're more like home decor. And I think that's what I like about this. If you're into home decor, I think you will appreciate this place. There's also some fashion. There's also just knickknacks, smaller items. Very cool. Now let's head north. So the first location, very fast, very quick. This is Sawdust City Brewing Co. To be exact, the chair, huge Muskoka chair right in front of it. They are located in Gravenhurst, which is in Muskoka, and it's about an hour and a half, about an hour and 40 minutes from Toronto. And yeah, this is essentially it. It's just a cool Muskoka chair that you can climb and take photos with. I love it. So the next place you need to check out that's up north, this is called Penetangushene, or Penetang for sure. Very long name, but really cool city. This specifically is the town dock. The locations, by the way, are going to be all down below so that it's easier to find. And first, what I always do is I go for world famous dock lunch. Again, not free, but you can definitely get an ice cream here or a butter tart if you are on a budget, or you don't even need to get anything because the town dock is gorgeous and you can just sit there and watch the boats. The Provincial Park is also in the area. Usually there is a fee to enter, so I'm not going to cover too much about it, but if you're in the area, it's one of my most favorite parks. And another thing that's cool that's in the area is Clarence Classics. It's a double-decker bus that sells, you know, chips and fries and fish and chips, things like that. So going further north, this is Ontario Clearwater Agency, Wasaga Beach area. I would say this is about 2 hours north of Toronto. This is in the winter time. It's beautiful any time of the year. And over here, let me show you the summer footage. It's essentially sand and this kind of horseshoe band. First of all, the horseshoe is beautiful, and then the sand dunes are also really cool. Great place to take photos. You can do your picnic there. Free to enter, parking is free. So we are heading further north. This is the old Hastings Mercantile and Gallery. Just a very cool market with lots and lots of things, like for example deer dropping soap and squeaky squirrel soap. It just has very unique authentically Canadian items. Even their bathroom was very interesting. It's all Betty Boop kind of styled. They're very cool. I really like this. They are located in Coe Hill, and which is kind of close to Bancroft, which is about 3 hours north. Well, I guess this is northeast. By the way, this is a perfect place to do together with Princess Satellite Mine. If you ever go to crack rocks, this would be a cool thing to do afterwards on the way back to Toronto. Lots of books to check out. And they have this cute little room under the staircase. This reminded me of like the whole Harry Potter thing and his little cupboard. And yeah, you can just see what's in there. So there's also a Christmas section. This is, by the way, pretty much summer. This is in June. Over here you can have like a peek into that room under the stairs. So cool. And upstairs they had a bunch of like artworks, also all Canadian themed. And they also had this cool vintagey Coca-Cola area where you can get a Coca-Cola bottle, like just how it used to be in the 50s, I'm guessing. So now we're heading further north. This is Parry Sound. Specifically, this is called Tower Hill Heritage Garden, and they have a whole tower that you can climb absolutely for free. The parking was also free. This was for sure a very cool experience. I would not suggest this to somebody who doesn't like heights, that's for sure. I am okay with heights. What I don't love is that all of these kind of towers, if you've ever climbed one, they all kind of sway gently in the wind. Can't say I love that part, but the heights don't bother me. So it's just kind of that element, but it was pretty cool. Upstairs you can see like the whole beautiful bay over there, and there was also a really cool cruise ship over there as well. It's overlooking the town of Port Perry, and downstairs there's also a really nice garden. Now let's head west. So going back again closer to Toronto, so this is Gairloch Gardens. I adore them. I think to me, they look like Tuscany a little bit. Not the biggest garden, but it's so beautiful. It's right on the Lake Ontario. Parking is free. There are actually 2 parking spots. There's one parking spot that's closer to the lake. You're supposed to be there only for 15 minutes, but it's like right into the park. So if you're pretty fast, and the park is not that big, you can definitely do it in 15 minutes. They also have a rosarium. They have a number of beautiful flowers outside of it as well. Totally free to check out. And then we found this tree, and because it had kind of like this hollow trunk, I had to go inside. Because why not? This is the part that I think looks like Tuscany. So pretty. So now we're heading further east, and we are in Hamilton, and this is Hamilton Antique Mall. A really cool place. For me, it took a while to like this, but I do have to say it's amazing. So the reason why I didn't like it is, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, please don't come for me, the first level is not very representative of the quality that is on the upper levels. Maybe I'm just not vibing with the stuff on the first level, but basically I went in first time, I looked at it, and I was like, not for me. I like more curated feel, and the first level doesn't have that per se. So this time I only went to the 3rd floor and the basement. And I'm showing you the level of detail, the intricacies that these ladies and gentlemen go to deliver some really beautiful antique booths. This place over here, for example, I by the way put the name before. It's all in glitter, it's all shiny, and everything in there was just so bright. I loved it. I actually followed the lady on Instagram, that's how I knew about it. This booth, I love the style, everything is kind of cohesive, everything is, I'm guessing this is mid-century modern, I could be wrong, but everything is kind of like beigey, toned down. I can see it being in my house easily. Another booth that's kind of similar. This booth was a little bit on the Gothic side. It even had a skull over there in a bird cage, but I still appreciated the style, the good show vintage over here. They had like making out pigs and just really humorous, cute knickknacks. I love the cats. This cool clown being sad clown. Like, where do you find stuff like this? I love it. Prices are very reasonable. Over here they had a potato bowl. Again, where do you find stuff like this? This is beautiful. Just everything is really well curated. Love it. This place was cool. It had a bunch of doll heads. Not sure what you would do with, maybe art. And over here they had like little planters. I thought that was so adorable. This shop was really cool. The earrings, I'm guessing they're not vintage, but I still found them very adorable. There's so many of these that I would totally wear. Crayon earrings, so creative. I don't know if they make it themselves or if they buy. Stay weird, love that. And is that a possum? I think that's a possum. I do occasionally like when there's new stuff in the vintage booths too. I don't see any problem with that. Over here is another beautifully curated booth. It just feels like you're in somebody's home. Love this. Moonshine Vintage, I also followed them on Instagram. Each shelf was different shade. This was like a pink kind of shade area. Then there was a whole shelf with different arms. There was a shelf with all of the metallic stainless steel items. Definitely follow her on Instagram. Butt napkins, my lady. So going further east, this is the Aberfoyle market. This is open only in summers and only on Sundays. The fee to enter is $5, so this is not necessarily free, but it's definitely almost free. I think that this is not just an antique market. I think this is an experience, and let me tell you why. First of all, they have musicians, so they had actually 2 musicians the time that we were there, but if you look, I think on their website or on their Instagram, they post who is going to be playing, which is so cool. I love that, so it's already kind of an experience. Then they have these, like, you walk around and then you have the booths. You can walk in. There's so many. I love different hardware and stuff like that. Everything is displayed beautifully. And you go from one hut to the next. This one has so many tools. You can use it as decoration. You can use it as tools, whatever you like. But it's just that whole experience of walking around and almost going into somebody's garage and then going to another person's garage. And outside there's a lot of kind of vendors. Look at this toilet paper holder. How cool is that? Further, you have, I think there was a cafe. You could get coffee. There was also an ice cream place. I also love this area. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a lot of stuff, and then there's another booth in there, and it's in the forest. Love it. And another amazing place heading east is Elora. Over here is just a beautiful view of it. This was early spring that I was in there, but it's such a beautiful view. It never gets old. And then they have a whole kind of set of stores. And from another side, there's another bridge. Actually, that bridge recently got constructed, and another beautiful view onto the river. To me, something about this city reminds me of Europe. Very pretty. And over here they have this like tree of life inspired by Gustav Klimt. And across from it there was a tree. This was kind of, I think, after Valentine's Day, and they had the hearts, which was so cute, hanging from the tree. Very nice. Lemon Tree & Co. is a great store. It's mostly for kind of like home things. I got a soap from there that I really loved. Home decor, candles, things like that. Very aesthetically pleasing, very beautiful. Elora Bread Trading Co. is a place you need to arrive very early in the morning. They had some beautiful pastries. I got a scone. They do sell out so fast. Other thing you need to do is check out the Elora Gorge. It's kind of, if you type in Elora Gorge into Google Maps, it will take you there. There's a viewpoint that you see this view from. In the summer though, if you type in, I think it's Elora Gorge Stairs, it will take you downstairs and you can hike the bottom of it. You do need really good shoes, really good hiking shoes or water shoes. So over here is Morlands Place. We're heading further east and it's a beautiful, beautiful, I guess, estate park. Free to enter, free to park. This is in Owen Sound. So from Toronto, it's about 3 hours. It is a bit of a drive. I would do an overnight stay in the area if you would like to check it out. And you need at least 2 to 3 hours to check everything out. It's big. You get to walk around. There's so much greenery. There are all of these sculptures. Owner is also most of the time there. You can ask him questions if you would like to. But it's his family's property that now he's taken care of. The last time I asked him, he said he's doing everything himself. And if you go here and you do enjoy it, please donate because he does an amazing work and doesn't charge for the entry. Definitely when I was there, I was really impressed with Morland Place. Now let's head south. By south, I mean south of Toronto, so I mean essentially Niagara region. So the Painted Ladies of Grimsby. I've posted this. I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok and social media. I have to post about them. I go pretty much, maybe not every year, but every other year. I love these cute houses, these colorful, beautiful houses. So over there, at first I showed you the map. You use the map. I marked all of the houses and you can just maybe take a photo and walk around. I'm pretty sure this is called Auditorium Circle and it's essentially a circle and then you have all of these cute houses all around it. You can just drive through it, but I usually park. There is a Bell Park and the parking in there usually is free. You can park there and just walk around. It will take you probably good 40 minutes to an hour, maybe a bit more, to walk and check out everything. And I would say most of the houses are together, so you're not really doing a huge hike, but it's just so pretty. So, by the way, this was the Grimsby, the original Grimsby, but this over here, this location is called Grimsby-on-the-lake. I'm gonna put all of the locations down below. So the thing about it is new, but it's the lakefront path that I find so pretty. Just park your car along the street and just do a little walk. It's not a long walk. It's maybe like, will take you 15 minutes, but it just has this almost surreal look. So beautiful, goes right onto the Lake Ontario. So this adorable chapel is called Living Water Wayside Chapel. This is sort of in between Niagara Falls and Niagara-on-the-Lake. So this is the smallest church in Ontario and possibly the whole world. It is only 72 square feet and can fit only 6 people, like sitting down. And it's definitely adorable. Make sure to check it out. Comfort Maple Conservation Area, I would say about maybe 20 minutes from the chapel. It is located in Fenwick and is believed to be the oldest and finest sugar maple tree in Canada. And the last but definitely not the least place in the Niagara region is Swart Lake Gibson Conservation Park. Definitely a mouthful, but it is a really pretty park that has a boardwalk and a few hiking paths. The parking is free, the entry is free, and the day over here is definitely not great. I think this was early spring. Definitely if you go there during a nicer day, it will be even more beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about it. If there are any other free destinations that I need to check out, please write it down below. Definitely do check out the book, Free Ontario Destinations. I think this is a really solid collection of a number of free destinations in Ontario. And as I mentioned, both print and digital version of the book are going to be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.